profile, and again this involves blue cards. One of the most commonly used ritual cards, Herald of Perfection, which I have made this deck because one of my friends wants to run them, and it's broken. I really like it. It's broken, and I see why a lot of people run this with other cards. Now, before I go in, I'm going to explain Herald of Perfection's effect. Discard a fairy, negate anything, and destroy it. Pretty much. Doesn't matter where it activates, I can negate it. So I use this to put high-level monsters in the graveyard, especially some of them with Call of the Hunted. But let's go through the deck profile. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. Let's just call it Megamai. Advanced for short. Instant. That's how I commonly get our Herald of Perfection. Splendid Venus. She protects my cards from being negated, which is really nice. It's really nice. That, and they lose. My opponent's monsters lose 500 attack most of the time, so that helps protect Herald of Perfection, who has 2800 defense. So this is really nice, and I believe these two stack. Athena, a must-have in this deck. Every time a fairy is summoned, 600 damage. Send one fairy to the grave to special summon a fairy from the grave. So you can turn a Manju into a Splendid, pretty much. So you normal summon a Manju, and they take 600. You send the Manju to the grave, special summon Splendid, they take 600 again. Agent of Judgment, Saturn. I have her in here mostly because she's a powerful monster, but yet what I notice of her is that she's really great to just win the game with. Your opponents have a really low amount of life points, and you have more life points. Send this card to graveyard, and they take all the damage they can, and you win the game. And normally that's what I go for once they're at a certain point. Tessie, I only run one, because that's all I need for one. I'm pretty sure they do stack though, if you were to do it. Yet, if you were to run two, we have pretty much, it's just to make sure that I have fairies in my hand. There's Herald of Heaven. I run 3, because he's 21 monster. Discard 1, get Sanctuary, which is a really useful card in here, because it helps protect me from taking damage at the beginning of the game. And then once I get Herald out, it's like, everything's just really, really fun. Level 4, a really amazing attack. He's useful. Hecatrix for Valhalla, which is a must-have, but now I'll get into that later. Send you to search, and run him because he's a fairy, which makes this extremely useful. The fact that Senju and Manju, the search cards for Herald or fairies, is absolutely amazing. So yeah, he searches out both, he searches out one. Honest, because everybody's a light, and I can cycle with this. Like, I can use Athena to send a card to the grave to add this back to my hand, then discard it again if necessary. Yet I don't really run into that problem, or where I have to do that, because that would cost me to constantly normal summon a monster. And so next, Violent Stella. I haven't really been in a situation where she's proven useful, yet I can see where she can just be absolutely amazing. You get sent from the grave, you attach it to a monster, and if it attacks, it destroys anything. So that's really nice. And if I have Sanctuary, I can equip it to Manju and destroy Blue Eyes, or Five-Headed Dragon, or whatever. So that's in there. And then I run 2 Jins. The other one being right here. Pretty much to keep my opponent from special summoning. It's useful for the most part. Like, normally what I would try to do is advance redraw 1, and then go through the game, and then once I have my hand set up for a Jin, which is harder, because Herald of Perfection, in order to use Dawn for the Herald, it has to be exact, which makes it a lot harder. So that I'll get a Herald out at the beginning of the game using Advanced, set my hand up for Jhin, summoned another Herald with a Jhin Herald, and then use the other one for Tribute Fodder, because there's no point in having two. Agent of Mystery Earth. This is to search out cards, Saturn, and so like I can summon her and I still have the same amount of fairies in my hand, and she's a tuner, so that can allow me to get out some other cards from me. Herald of Perfections, as I said, they're effect already. I only want 2 because you don't really need 3. It's just there's no need for it. It's just like in your hand, and it's like I don't want to summon this. I want to summon something else. So it's just there, and you most of the time end up having to get rid of it because you don't want to get rid of anything else. Part of Benevolence, mainly to protect that, because if you like counter that, like if you have to get rid of a Herald from your hand, and like all of a sudden your Herald is gone, you can use Part of Benevolence to bring the Herald back to the deck. Pretty much it. Power Duality for consistency. Dawn of the Herald. The only real important thing with Dawn is that it has to be exact, as I already said. And when it is used, you can return one of the fairies used back to your hand. Or one of any card used for the tribute, you can return that back to your hand. So if you use like Vylon and Jhin, you can return Vylon to your hand, which wouldn't be good. I mean, if Vylon was in your hand, I guess that would be good, yet if it was on the field, then you wouldn't be able to use Vylon's effect. But, oh well. Advanced Ritual, send a normal monster, such as Megamaya, from the deck to the grave, and you can get this can be used for any ritual monster. Valhalla, great way to start off the game. You summon it, get out 2 monsters. I don't try to special summon Sanju or Manju because their effect won't activate, but any of my other cards, I would try to special summon them. 2 Sanctuaries, because normally like I only use 1 in a game. Maybe 2. Like I haven't been in a situation where I have to use 3, and even so, if I did, I could use Pot of Benevolence. Beckoning of Light is a must-have, because if your hand is filled with like high-level monsters, you can't get them out. You get your grave is filled with low-level monsters, you can just switch them out, which is really, really neat. And then for like Athena, you just put a whole bunch of high-level monsters in the grave. So now you can summon a low-level monsters to get out a high-level monster. So that is really useful. It's absolutely useful. Scrap Iron Scarecrow mostly for the beginning of the game, and if like my opponent does get out a powerful monster, I can negate it. Like most of the time, they only get 1 real attack per turn. And they do go for Herald of Perfection. Like they don't care if you have a more powerful monster out, they will go for Herald, because the Herald is known. Call the Hunting. All my high level monsters can be called, so it's just I run 3 because like I can discard an Athena, get an Athena, and then summon, and get out Splendid or Saturn or Tethy. Pretty much it. And I want to extra deck Crimson Blader. If I can't Jhin, I can use him. 28 Vita. Like if I'm having trouble getting out monsters, he's good. Scrap Dragon. You shouldn't really need Scrap Dragon, yet because if you're low on fairies, and you can get them out to blow up their back row or something. Stardust. If you're really afraid of something, then sure, it could be useful. Black Rose Dragon. If you ever need to blow up the field, like I never seen it. I've never had it fully tapped. It's in Sacred Raven. It is a fairy, so it won't be affected by Splendid, and can gain a lot of attack. And all my monsters are light, so... Well, the only 2 tuners I run are light. This isn't a tuner, is it? Oh wow, this is a tuner. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's a level 7, so I guess you could use him and any level 4 monster to pull him out. He could be really useful. Gaia, he's one of the most common ones because 2 and 4 equals 6. So he's really easy to get out. He just like very beginning of the game, 26 speeder. You normal summon Manju, special summon Earth, although you'd lose an effective one. Foot and Strike Bouncer, he's just in there like if I'm forced to. I mean, like I could technically use 2 Saturns or Heralds to do it, or one of each, and then it's like something, it's like another negating card. Tira, Keeper of Genesis. I haven't really gotten her out because, well, you have to use her. Yet she would be really useful if you did it right. Topia, beginning of the game, if your opponent's going defensively, opponent has a really powerful special summon monster. Fairy Cheerleader. Now this is a card I do pull out often because, well, I can draw. And drawing is really important with this deck because you want to have as many fairies in your hand as possible. And I believe, I haven't been in this situation yet, I believe if you do draw, use this card's effect to draw a fairy, and this card is on the field, you might be able to draw again. I'm not positive on that, but I'm pretty certain you can, because it just says draw. So you can use this card to get a lot of draw power. If you're in a lot of trouble, this card can be useful. And then this card, normally, like if I have 1 Jin in my hand and I have 2 level 4s on the field, and I can get out Herald, I'll use him to send Jin to the grave. And just don't ignore him, like he's actually useful. Like if you have a call for Haunted, put in an Athena in the grave. Maybe 2 cards in the grave. That's really useful. I mean, if he was a fairy, that would be amazing. But he isn't, so he is unaffected by Sanctuary, and he is affected by Venus. But besides that, it's really nice. Side deck, there is no side deck, but like I haven't really seen the need for a side deck. It's just accurate of a deck. Like I've lost 1 match to an SA Chalk-Knight deck. First time I've ever seen it. Looked really good. It was using Ring Cup magic, and then I deck out once because this guy ran. I couldn't get past the Marshmallow, which is a little sad, but yet it's like one of those things that you have to decide. Like most of the time they pull a Marshmallow, and like when you have very little fairies, so it's like I don't want to waste a fairy and get screwed. Yet, if you do it right, Marshmallow should be able to get past Marshmallow. Maybe. I could use him. Oh wait, no. No. Marshmallow's a fairy. You could use Tyrus, I guess. Or Scrap Dragon. Or Black Rose to get rid of a Marshmallow. But Black Rose would be a little excessive. Maybe. But this deck, it's really good. It's really good. And because, like, you may be thinking, wow, you're really out of balance. Yet it's because I run so many monsters and fairy monsters in this deck that make it so nice. Because I can, once Herald's out, it's just they can't do anything, because I always have fairies in my hand, pretty much. So it's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time before like I get out the cards I need. Well, we'll be seeing a duel eventually. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is a really fun deck, and if you want to make a Herald of Perfection deck, go for it. I mean, it's one of the most commonly used ritual cards, but who cares? It is a good card. Like, I mean, I have a friend that ran 6 Sams, and they were a little bit of a pain. But then, this card is better than Cheyenne. Granted, there isn't any great Shogun Shen at all for this deck, but that I know of. You don't really need one. So yeah, just stay tuned. I'll have a duel up as soon as possible. Probably right after I upload this one, I'll go straight into uploading the duel. Okay. Have fun running a Herald of Perfection deck.